Hello everyone and welcome to the first video of this masterclass, this video course. In this masterclass you will learn everything you need to know about strategy, everything you need to know about trading so that you can apply it in these markets and, of course, be profitable. It's important to understand that this isn't just like a Netflix series where you put your feet up and simply watch what I'm doing here and then try your luck by applying it somehow in the live market. It won't be like that. You definitely have to put in the work. You need to take notes, take screenshots, backtest everything yourself, apply it, and so on and so forth. I think if you've come across this video course, then you definitely want to achieve something in life. Maybe you don't want to work a 9-to-5 job, or maybe you do and just want to earn something on the side. Or maybe you're simply here to see, okay, what is trading anyway? It doesn't matter at all what your goal is. What's important is that anyone who is truly serious about trading, who really has ambition and is simply ready to make enough sacrifices, can definitely succeed in trading. The statistics are very clear. 90%, 95% of all traders who ever get involved in trading lose money. It's important to understand that these 10% or 5%, whatever the number, this small group of profitable traders are the ones who take trading seriously. Just like us, and hopefully, one day, just like you, right? We want to teach you how to trade profitably. So, to clear up a few initial questions, what does a trader actually do? All in all, if there were a job description for a trader, you could say that a trader clicks buy and sell and waits. That's a very rough way to put it. Of course, there's a lot more to it than that. A trader operates based on probabilities. That's a bit closer to the truth. No matter what you see, no matter who you see, anyone involved in trading only benefits because they know how to use probabilities to their advantage. Because in trading, there is never a 100% guarantee for anything. If there were anything that worked 100% of the time, believe me, you would either never hear about it, because the person who knows what works 100% will keep lining their pockets until they die and won't tell anyone about it. Or, if you do happen to find something out, or you find someone who claims that something works 100% in these markets, it's a scam. I have to put it this bluntly, because if there is something that is supposed to work 100% in these markets, it's either a scam or it's something you'll never find out about, because, as I said, someone is lining their pockets or maybe even isn't allowed to talk about it. So get rid of the idea that there is such a thing as right or wrong. There are only probabilities. So what does a trader actually do? He tries to deal with these probabilities, so to speak. He wants to trade these probabilities to his advantage. And that leads us a bit to the question, what actually makes a trader profitable? Here are a few key points I can give you about what makes a trader profitable. A profitable trader picks an asset or a pair. In my case, or in our case, in our strategy in this masterclass, the assets or pairs you will always have are the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. Why always these two assets? Why always these two? Why not Bitcoin? Why not something else? And it was explained to me this way back then, and that's how I'm going to explain it to you as well. Let's say you have a car and you want to refuel it. You can't just put anything in it. You can't just fill it up with whatever. No, for a diesel you need diesel. For a gasoline engine you need gasoline, right? So you need something specific. You need something where you know it works, right? If I now pour olive oil into my car, into my diesel, then I know it won't work, or at least it won't work well. Likewise, if I pour gasoline into my diesel, it just doesn't work that well. But if I pour diesel into my car, then I know it works. What I'm trying to say is, the strategy we teach works best on the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. And what also makes a trader profitable is mastering this strategy. A trader, a profitable trader, wants to look for the same thing in the market every day. He comes to the market and looks for the same setup as yesterday, the day before that, last week, last month, and even last year. He is always looking for the same setup. Why? So that he can judge when a setup is good and when it is bad. And then he can also determine how much risk he wants to put on the table. This already goes in the direction of risk management. Don't worry, you'll understand what that is soon enough. Another point, process-oriented thinking. What exactly do I mean by that? When you start trading and you only see, oh God, okay, I'm in the red. Okay, I haven't made any progress with the challenge yet. I haven't made any money yet. I haven't achieved this yet. I haven't achieved that yet. And so has already made so much. But today I ended up in the red. Oh God, oh God, oh God. Believe me, you'll end up tearing yourself apart inside because of this. You need a process-oriented mindset. If you go to bed and wake up the next morning, and when you wake up you can say, okay, today I will be a better trader than I was yesterday. That's the right mindset. If you then go to bed the next day and think to yourself, today I became a better trader than I was yesterday, then you know you're on the right track. Forget about any outcome. Don't worry about how long it takes you to complete a challenge, how long it took you to get a payout, how long anything took, how much profit or how little, or how much loss. None of that matters. What matters is that you become better every single day than you were yesterday. Then you have a process-oriented mindset, and then you will grow as a trader. You haven't seen that yet. I guarantee you anyone who brings a process-oriented mindset to trading will grow much faster than someone who is just, let's say, profit-oriented. Good habits both on and off the charts. What's important is you are traders, and trading is not just about learning when to buy and sell. Trading is a journey, a marathon that also develops you mentally, I would say. And what's important? Ideally, you want to become businessmen. You want to make money, you want to make a lot of money. You don't just want to stay small fish, sometimes losing, sometimes winning. You want to become good and profitable traders. So you need good habits on the chart in trading, but also away from the chart. Why away from the chart? I can really speak from personal experience. If your life away from the chart is undisciplined, marked by laziness, by stress, and lacks routine and discipline, that immediately carries over into your trading. Really, and I'm not just saying that, I'm telling you from experience. For example, in my case, if I don't exercise much away from the chart, don't eat healthily, or just spend a lot of time lying in bed and not really working much, that immediately shows up in my trading. I make worse decisions, I make dumber decisions. It's not just that you make one more bad decision, you actually make really dumb decisions. That's a whole different thing. And overall, I just don't grow. I almost regress. Almost the most important point that makes a trader profitable is knowing when to trade and when not to. You can come to the market every day, and believe me, if you really want to, you could see a setup every day. I'm not saying it's a good setup or even one you should trade, but you will see a setup because your eyes and your brain are playing a trick on you. When you look at the chart, especially the longer you look at it, the more setups you'll see. You will make worse decisions. Trust me. I can also tell you this from my own experience. The more time you spend looking at the chart, the more dumb or bad decisions you will make. Why is that? If you keep watching the market all the time, you constantly have in mind, oh God, okay, now this and that has happened. Okay, now I could trade. Okay, no. Okay, now this and that has happened. Now I'm going to enter the trade. Oh no. On second glance, you realize that was a bad decision. What am I trying to say with this? You should know when not to trade. If a certain news event is coming up, if the market simply isn't offering any opportunities, if it's a difficult market phase where it's unclear what the market will do, take a step back, do something else, focus on something different, and you will grow as a trader. I've written down 5 points here. You can see them here, and I've explained all of them as well. These are by no means all the points that make up a profitable trader. I could easily stretch this video out for another half hour, but this video is just meant to be a brief introduction to the masterclass, to show you what to expect and to dive right into what a trader does and what makes a trader profitable. I hope you now have a rough idea of what makes a trader profitable. I hope you're ready to put enough energy, work, blood, sweat and tears into this journey, and then I promise you, one day, if you stay patient and truly want it, you will succeed in this business. It is one of the most difficult businesses there is. It is a high-income skill. Not many people on this planet can make money from trading in the long run. Those who can really do it have, you could say, gone through hell. And above all, they've gone through a mental journey, because that's what trading has really done to me. Not so much changed me mentally, but rather helped me to develop further. For the next videos in the masterclass, the main focus will of course be on technical analysis at first. Everything about charts, candles, candlesticks, patterns, and all sorts of things you may have already heard of will be explained to you. The strategy will be explained to you, and so on. Please pay attention. Watch the videos 2 or 3 times until you understand them, and really try to get the most out of this entire video course. With that in mind, this is a journey, and I'm glad that you want to take this journey with us. Once again, I warmly welcome you to our group, and as I said, make the most of it. I'd say see you in the next video,